A well-known piece of chess wisdom is that you shouldn't bring your queen into the game too early, because queen is such a valuable piece and your opponent can save time, important development time, by attacking your queen. And yet there are plenty of exceptions to this rule. And the game that we are about to see between two strong grandmasters, Bojan Kuraica and Draško Velimirović, that was played in 1972, is one of them. After the introductory moves of e4, c5, knight f3 and d6, so white is playing the Sicilian. White played knight c3, and after g6 went for the typical move for the Sicilian, played d4. Black took, and white used this moment to develop his queen, which in this particular case is a very strong move. The queen is attacking the rook on h8. Black played a logical move, the natural looking move, knight f6, and all of a sudden after e5 white has a very strong initiative. Black attempted to dislodge the queen by playing knight c6, but that knight can be pinned, which is what white did with bishop b5, and after knight to h5. By the way, if black doesn't play knight h5, if black takes on e5, then after the queen swap, white can exchange the bishop for the knight and then take with his knight on e5 with a considerable advantage. That's why black opted for knight h5 in a bit to complicate the game. But after g4, this knight is now forced to go to very unfortunate square g7. White simply took on d6, and now black played a6, which really is a mistake. It was much better to retake on d6 with the queen and hope for the best, even though white does have a significant advantage in that position. White took on c6, pawn takes on e7, queen took with a check, and white used the moment to develop his bishop. Black played c5, queen c4, and after queen b7 it is clear that white has a huge advantage, but the question is how to continue. Is there a tactical solution to the position? Okay, it's your turn now, so pause this video and practice playing this position against your electronic training partner. And remember, if you make a mistake or want to have another go at the position, you can always click the Start Again button. So pause the video, play until you either win the game or have a very clear winning advantage, and then come back to the video to see the rest of the game. It turns out that white doesn't really have to worry about protecting the knight on f3, because he has a very strong move at his disposal, and that is to castle queenside, bringing his king into security and also putting the rook on a d-file where it actively contributes to the attack against the black king. If black takes the knight on f3, then the move queen a4 is winning the game. After king e7, the pawn on c5 will fall, and very soon this king will be checkmated. Instead, the move that was played in the game was bishop to e6, and after queen to a4, black resigned. The position really is quite hopeless. The only move for black here would be to play bishop to d7, but if that move is played, then rook d7 is winning the game instantly. When the queen takes, there is a fork on e4, the queen is attacking the king, and the rook on a8, and black's position is hopeless.